Are we really getting that excited about a basic, generic blue pickup truck here? Yes, we absolutely are. This is Barney Cones we're talking about here, and he actually plays a part in the Salt Fever episode. He's got speaking lines, he appears multiple times, he's integral to the story. He's the only guy there with the pusher. I mean, just to give you guys a little behind the scenes fast, fun fact, the documentation on all the cases for this year showed his original developmental name was just Push Truck, which is a pretty good hint because as I'm going through a lot of this stuff, like RX car, I have no idea what that is. But Push Truck, I could have very easily come to the conclusion it was going to be the blue pickup truck from the Salt Fever episode. And then, of course, they came out with the name on the poster of Barney Cones. I really like this guy. It opens up the door for a great custom of the Thunder Hollow announcer. I'll get into more detail about that later, but let's get into it here with Barney. He came out of 2024 Singles Case K, which I reviewed. Link for that in the description below, and card session pop-up in the top right-hand corner. Great case, GRC Raoul, GRC Jackson Storm, Margaret Motorray, who kind of takes the cake. Obviously, you also have Yokoza, who's just kind of the oddball out. I mean, you have Barney and Margaret, two new Cars on the Road characters. You have GRC, Jackson and Raoul, and then just a random Yokoza chilling in the case. But I love it. Let's take a closer look here at Barney. We do know Barney is coming back next year in 2025, and so that packaging from the front will look identical, minus the 2024 snipe that will be gone. But yeah, I like this guy a lot. I think it's a necessary release, and sometimes you can't always have like the super flashy Margaret Motorray with a bunch of doodads. You're going to need a basic, generic blue pickup truck, and I am totally here for that. On the back, you have some recent Cars on the Road releases. Unfortunately, nothing from actually Case K, which I'm not a big fan of, but they do dip into Case J with Justin Roadrunner and Van Campbell. Jessica Carville and Jason Roque are Case H additions. Chris Freeman over here was Case G. And then Deputy McQueen Slime, who still finds his way onto like all these card backs, debuted all the way back in Case D. But yeah, hopefully Case K hits a few more regions soon. So far, really only Australia, whereas Case J, Canada, Australia, Mexico, Greece. And yeah, it feels like the US is just really struggling this year. I don't know what it is. I really don't. It's been bad. I feel like the floodgates, when they open, it's going to be absolute just monsoon, tsunami, tornadic activity. Everything's going to come at once. It's going to be madness. Like Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness levels of chaos. I believe that. At least that's what I'm hoping for. Because if it continues to trickle out like this, things could get ugly. But I'll be right back with the Barnmeister here all opened up. So we're not only going to just show Salt Fever characters in this video, we're going to go absolutely bananas on pickup trucks. This is basically a pickup truck fanatic video. I mean, every single model almost that you could think of, I'm going to put almost because I know I'm going to exclude some. I don't want some people going absolutely bananas on me in the comments below. But yeah, we're going to go through a lot of pickup trucks in this video. And again, ultimately get to the conclusion that Barney is our best shot at ever getting that Thunder Hollow announcer that we've wanted for so long. But there is Barney in Cars on the Road. He does appear quite a few times. He pushes off Nile Speedcone at the beginning of the episode like such. And then ultimately, Super Speeder Mater here as well in his big suit. So again, Barney does play a pretty integral role as he's the only one with a pusher who can give these Salt Flats racers the head start that they need to get up and going after, someone like Noriyuki gets them all built up and ready to race or, test their skills against themselves because they're not really racing anyone else. They're just, racing against time. But yeah, really nice, really cool. Unfortunately, the pusher is plastic, but that was kind of to be expected. It's the bumper piece right here, along with the side runner boards and the bumper, which we'll get to. But yeah, let's just examine that pusher right now. there's not a whole lot to it, but I do love that they kind of dented it and made it look very worn, because at the end of the day, he's using this dozens of times throughout the day. It is going to get worn down and kind of beat in, like dented inward a little bit. And they do a really good job of highlighting and kind of manifesting that onto the diecast here. It looks great. I mean, just all the weathering in general on Barney looks good, with the dirt detailing and grime around the fenders, around the edges of the vehicle. I mean, everywhere, even on the roof. I mean, he's out there in the salt flats. He's out there with all these hyped up, what's a good word? Amped up racers. Lots of oil and gas. Lots of just kind of, oh man, discharge from all the exhaust. And so he's going to end up looking like this. That's a good word. Discharge is what I was looking for there. You got the wheels here, which look very, very familiar. And that is because they are almost identical to Tony Motorfeld, who he is very similar in Model 2, and we'll get to that in a little bit. You might not think right off the bat he is, but in fact he is. So yeah, the wheels there, similar, not the exact same. I like his expression here. It's very similar, honestly, to the expression that they showed on the card art, so that's a nice translation there. Big side view mirrors here, plastic. Yeah, look how big those things are. They're almost like a circus car. Let's take a look at his license plate. That is blurry as hell. Ooh, that is gross, yeah. CO8-16F. So probably referencing someone with the initial CF and birthday August 16th, which was just a week or so ago. But we have absolutely no shot at reading the text above it, unfortunately, which would be cool because I'm sure it's some sort of county or state that would expand the car's lore a little bit, but unfortunately not. I do like the taillights there, though. They look nice. The handle on the bed, there's a word for that I'm forgetting. Oh my god, how am I forgetting that? The tail. Oh no. I can't believe I'm forgetting the word for this thing that folds out. Wow, I am such a dum-dum. Sorry about that, guys. And then you have the taillight up here on the roof as well. Wow, how am I forgetting that? Like, it's on the tip of my tongue. It's literally right there. Anyways, we'll get to it. He does have a little exhaust pipe that, peeks out the side there. Wow, T20A. So pretty much every car in this case has been made during the exact same week. It doesn't always pan out that way, but it is for case K here. So yeah, that means he was made during the 20th week of 2024 at the A factory in Thailand. But yeah, again, like I said, generic. Oh, I do love how grimy the bed looks. Like, I mean, he's clearly hauling a lot of stuff. And yeah, it's almost completely black down in there, especially, I mean, in between all the slats. The grooves. Wow, I am struggling with words today. The gate. Is this the gate? I want to say it's the gate. Put the gate down. I don't know. I need to look that up as soon as the video is over. But yeah, I think one of the best features to him is the grille. It's part of the main metal body here, and it's just super detailed, so it looks great. Big fan of that. But besides that, really don't have much else to say for Barney in specific. He is a unique model technically, but very similar to quite a few that we've gone here in the past. You have Ray Reverham, Jackson Storm's crew chief. Different grille, different lights and all that, but similar sizes. And obviously both pickup trucks from the Cars 3 and after era, which Cars 3 and Cars on the Road should be very much so grouped together in terms of Pixar animation style, because a lot of reskins from Cars on the Road came from Cars 3. There are a couple from Cars 2, but not a ton. Here you have Adam Rodriguez, who again is more similar to Ray that we just looked at than he is to Barney. Barney, his grille is unique, but you can see the headlights here a lot more similar to Tony Motorfeld. The side view mirrors are pretty much identical there. Taillights very similar. Bumper very similar. We already talked about the wheels. The sideboards there, running boards, very similar. So it's basically a Tony Motorfeld without the hat and without the canopy and the whole back. I mean, yeah, this is like the pickup truck version, and this is the SUV version with these added headlights up here. So the Thunder Hollow announcer is literally this exact same model. Remove the pusher, put the decals on, and you're good to go. So we're very close. Should be an easy custom. You would just want to deconstruct Barney here, get Tony's grill so you don't have the pusher, which would be preferable to cutting off the pusher, because then it just gets ugly with the plastic there. It would get really mangly. So if you want to really do this perfectly, get the grill off of Tony. Don't try and cut the pusher off of Barney. That would get a little messy. I mean, it's doable, don't get me wrong, but it would get a little messy. And then, of course, here we have China's Roscoe, which was the initial kind of, I guess, inspiration for the reskin for Tony Motorfelt, both having the hats and the canopies in the back and all that. I love all these characters, but yeah, they definitely have some overlap in their models for Shursky. Yeah, you can see the running boards there as well. But in terms of just pickup trucks straight up here, kind of adds to the lore. This is the first version of this model that we've gotten with the pickup truck. Again, like I said, very similar to Ray Reverham, but not the exact same. And yeah, that's why this guy is way more fitting for that custom than Ray would have been. But Brian Feet Clamp here is like one of the biggest pickup trucks that Mattel has ever done. I love them for it. He was a 2-pack, and then the next year they're like, yep, put him into a deluxe. He is way too big to just be in a 2-pack. Another very, very, even more generic blue pickup truck than Barney here is Hank Halsum, who kind of somewhat appears at the end of Cars 1. Very strange character in my opinion. Just so strange. No license plate, just a generic blue pickup truck. I wonder if I did a video on him, how many views would that get? I don't know if anyone's really interested in Hank Halsum. Of course, you do have Ray Reverham, who I already kind of pointed out. The beds are a little different there. Why not also show Chris Freitman here, who's a very recent release, along with Tony Motorfelt. Very cool. Top 5 release for sure. No, top 10. We're going to just be vague, say top 10. He could sneak into the top 5 by the end of the year. I'm kind of formulating my list. I know that Margaret Motorray, GRC Lightning McQueen, of course, Chris Freitman. Who else is also in the top 10 right now if we were to end the year right now? Who else is up there? Jason Roedke is a top 10 at the moment. I don't think Van Campbell sneaks in. Rodette definitely doesn't sneak in. Tony Motorfelt might sneak in now, but after we get Mandy Frudenbender, he's probably going to get pushed out. And depending on what else they do, I mean, NASCAR Lightning McQueen is also a top 10 a top 10 release, so you gotta factor in the expanded universe stuff as well. Cave Mater probably a top 10 release as well. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be really tight. Can't wait to do that video. But yeah, that is pretty much all I have for you guys. I guess I do have Broadside here to compare as well. Another blue pickup truck, but obviously a lot smaller and a lot more detailed. What do you guys think your top 5 is right now of 2024 releases? They've done quite a few. We don't have all that much to go. I mean, in terms of United States distribution, we have a lot to go. We have half of the year left that needs to hit stores. But in terms of Australian distribution, we're pretty much done, because this guy's from Case K. They are already on Case L with Logan Gearsall and GRC Max Schnell. So they are liable to find Case M within the next couple weeks. I don't think that will happen. I think they're going to hit a little bit of a lull here, but it's very, very possible. I mean, technically, Case M is not scheduled until October, which is just the crazy part, that Australia is so far ahead and the U.S. is so far behind. But yeah, hey, what the hell, I guess. It all comes around. What goes around comes around. The U.S. usually is very, very good, and the rest of the world kind of gets, unfortunately, the shaft. But hey, this year, just, the U.S. is taking one for the team, I suppose. And I'm not complaining. Very grateful to Astro Smokey for helping me with this stuff. Happy grateful for Trunk Fresh Green 34 in Canada with the 2-pack. So yeah, thanks to you guys. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys soon for another video. Bye now.